I'm on fire, and I know that I'll break your heart, and I'm sorry, I'm just so tired. These cars are just it, so won't you come?
Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry, 24/7 shopping available. 160920 is the code. Show her some love, like she showed us. K&A Custom Crafts on Facebook.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I am Ace, and you're watching another episode of Between the Ropes. And tonight, I have all my co-hosts with me for the evening, and we're going to be talking about a little bit of war games. All right, so first off, with us tonight, we have none other than that man that we call Mr. Chris and P. and Bacon. How are you doing tonight, my man?
Doing good. A lot of returns, good matches. It's going to be a fun end to the year and start to the 2024 year.
All right, and then, of course, we have none other than Mr. Big B. Big B, how are you doing tonight, my man?
I'm doing good. Able to join the show. Yeah, can't wait to talk war games. Watching the end of NXT right now, so ready to talk some wrestling.
Well, we're definitely happy that you are here with us tonight, because we see every now and then, but not all the time. And then, of course, Mr. Mess Around, how are you doing tonight?
So, what do you want to talk about?
What do you want to talk about?
See, I'm
good.
And then, of course, Mr. Dragon Viper, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, just hanging in there, and like Big B said, ready to talk some wrestling.
How can we not? We had some great things go down at War Games. I can't quite say it like William Regal has.
War Games.
I've always tried to say it like Regal, and I can't quite do it like Regal. I wish I could.
Well, you're not from England either, so.
I know. But I've tried. All right, so anyway, shall we go ahead and jump into it? So for Survivor Series, we know that Survivor Series kicked off with the Women's War Game match. And to me, I'm glad in this match that they had the Io Sky trash can.
I love that. That was awesome.
That was awesome. I was waiting for it, and she finally did it, and I was like, sweet. It was so cool. So, Big B, I'll go ahead and start out with you. What was your thoughts on the Women's War Game match?
Well, first off, I mean, props to everybody that partakes in this game, because it's brutal. I mean, and the match doesn't even start until all competitors are in there, so it can go a while. But it's nice to see that the women are getting, I guess, physical in these types of matches, and getting a chance to show off their skills. But yeah, it was a good match. I'm glad to see the face women win. So
yeah, they were talking about how the Women's War Game match was actually one of the most viewed segments that there was, and I was like, that's actually on the women's side. That's actually big, because you really don't hear a lot about that.
Yep.
So that actually.
You know why? You know why it was the most viewed? Eye candy. Dakota Kai was at ringside. That's right.
Oh, you gotta go right to Dakota
Wow.
Kai. I knew that part was coming.
Me too.
Right.
She was there.
I mean, was anybody really surprised? So, Big B, let me ask you: were you surprised about the outcome of the match?
Kind of, because I figured after Damage Control got the, Asuka on them, I kind of figured that they were going to give them the win and try to propel them as a, good faction. Oh, hey guys. But, yeah, so I thought they were going to, give Damage Control the win. So I was kind of surprised that they did not walk away with the victory.
All right, Dragon Viper, War Games.
I actually thought it was an amazing match.
You fell asleep.
No.
Mark this on the
No.
calendar. Mark it
No,
on the
no.
calendar.
Right this to ground.
Exactly.
What?
What?
Mark it on the
What?
calendar.
No.
What?
Anyway, so
What?
I thought it was an amazing match. I did watch it
What?
all the way through, Big B. I did like that spot where Sky was in the garbage can and
That was so cool.
propelled herself off the top of the cage there. And I'm not really surprised of the outcome, because I don't like a couple people on that team, so of course they would
Surprise,
win.
surprise.
But I did expect Damage Control to kind of break off a little, like somebody would turn on somebody, or the three of them would turn on Bailey, or
Right.
whatever. But overall, I thought it was an amazing match.
All right, Mr. Mess Around Dave.
Yeah. Well, I really didn't care for this match. It didn't interest me. It's kind of a
We know-
throwing match. Kill time killer.
That was one thing that interested him. She happened to be outside the cage.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. No, my favorite spot in the match was when Becky and Charlotte came together and they were like arguing. 'Cause, everybody knows they have a love-hate. One minute they're best friends, the next minute they hate each other.
Right.
And that was cool to see them go at it, like argue for a minute, and then they work together.
Yeah.
But it was a really good match. I figured that the face team would come out on top because the heels had the momentum going into it. So,
Right.
but yeah, it was a good match though.
Do we
At
lose?
least you're on mute there.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh.
All right, so Christy, your thoughts on the women's war game?
Definitely one of my matches of the night. Not surprised by the outcome. Love the outcome. I thought any one of the three ladies on Damage Control was going to turn on Bailey, but we'll probably see what happens with that on SmackDown on Friday. So, but this was fun, and the Io Sky in the trash can off the cage was definitely one of my favorite moments. And then Charlotte doing the moonsault off the top of the cage was another favorite moment of mine from this match. This was really, really good. One of my matches of the night.
It was, and I was actually glad that there was some big spots in this match.
Mhm.
That's
Huge.
yeah, great overall athletic ability in this match,
Oh
and
yeah.
I'm glad it kind of went as long as it did, because they got to showcase a lot of their talents.
Mhm.
So that's what I was really happy for. All right, Mr. Crispy Bacon.
Yeah, it was a very good match. Good match. It started off. I like the moonsault off the cage by Charlotte, trash can by Io. You had the kendo stick by Dakota Kai outside the cage to start out. I kind of figured that Charlotte's team or Bianca's team, whichever you want to kind of captain that team, that specific team was going to win just based off of how things were going on SmackDown,
Mhm.
how kind of things were going. There's dysfunction within Damage Control, and I think Bailey is going to be the first on the out.
Yeah, she did eat the pin in this match, so
And then I think they're going to be like, you cost us the match, we don't need you anymore, kind of thing.
All right, so Big B, what was your overall grade of this match?
Ooh, God, it's tough because it was a very good match, and I gotta give it a solid A to start off the pay per view.
All right, Dragon Viper, your overall grade of this match.
My overall My overall grade is an A.
Okay, Mess Around, your grade of this match.
B plus. I'm giving it if Dakota Kai was actually in it.
Of course.
She had a part in it. She had a part in it.
She had
He
a
did.
Part in it.
Still.
Was sides
Was
helping you out
looking
looking,
in the
helping out
actual
looking
match.
pretty was one way of doing it.
Right. Christy, how about your overall grade?
A.
And Christy
Next-
Bacon.
Excellent way to start.
I would give it an A. I think it was like Christy said. I think it was a good match to start out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Fire.
Okay. So hey, that is fair. So you like that one. There's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. With liking that match. Because
Fun.
overall, I would say that I would probably give that an A match too. 'Cause I thought that was a great way to start out.
Well, especially, I did want to add this too about that match. I wanted to add that I did think it was funny that I don't remember who, but they Damage Control ended up tying two people in the center of the ring, and then all four of them jumped off the corner ropes and got.
I think they tied
drop
up Becky
kicked
and Bianca with a chain in the ring, and then all four of them just
Yeah.
started wailing on
Yeah.
them. Yeah, I
and then
remember
drop
that.
kicked them from each post. I thought
Yeah.
that was funny.
That was.
So I had to add that part too.
Hey, and that's actually that was
That was
actually
creative.
No,
Cool.
I was saying that was actually a great part. Also, I just every time I see it, I keep thinking about the trash can because that to me was probably my favorite segment of the whole match.
I thought it was funny too. The crowd wanted tables, and they'll go under the ring to get something, and they're like, they pull out like a trash can or something. They're like, oh, boo!
Right,
Somebody got the table, like, yeah.
right. Get the tables.
Yeah.
Right.
And did you know that the Io Sky and the trash can thing actually became a meme on like Twitter? Someone did
Yeah,
like
I
a video
saw
of her in
that.
a cannon going down through space. It was hilarious.
Right.
It was so funny.
All right, so going into our next match of the night, we have Gunther! Well, I can't say it like
Gunther.
Samantha does. I tried,
No.
but I can't do it. So
She's great at
No.
saying it.
so you have
No.
So good at
Gunther
it.
versus Miz for the Intercontinental Championship. We know that Gunther retained, but it was still a very, very good match. And for anybody who's
great.
saying that the Miz did not deserve this, that's barbaric. Because the Miz
It
has
is
done
barbaric.
so much to deserve this match. And I'm so glad that he finally got the opportunity after so long. Because he definitely deserved it.
Mhm.
Big B, your thoughts on Gunther and Miz match?
Well, you got Gunther, longest reigning Intercontinental Champion,
Mhm.
going against the overrated Miz. So
Wow.
no, I'm just kidding. This match was phenomenal. A couple people I'm friends with tweeted out right away that they felt this was the best match in Miz's career.
Oh, yeah.
I can't argue that. I think they're probably dead on.
Mhm.
I can't wait for round 2 for this one because there's going to be a round 2. I was
believe
really
it.
hoping the Miz would have taken the title. I'm not upset that he didn't because now it sets up for a round 2. So, but so yeah, Miz got a justified match, and props to him and Gunther for putting on definitely a good banger.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, but I definitely agree with that when they said that this was one of Miz's best matches of his career. It absolutely was. I feel like, and that's the same with like Gunther. I'm not saying this was one of Gunther's best matches, but what I mean is Gunther is a guy who like puts on banger after banger after banger, And so it's like, so he can elevate that talent. And so I'm really glad in this match that it was really able to come out and show. The Miz was able to come out and kind of show everybody his talent. So, Dragon Viper, tell me your thoughts.
Wait a minute, this match happened.
Oh my god.
No,
It did.
man,
It
it's difficult for me to even be on the same wavelength as you guys when it comes to saying that this is a good match, but I can't deny it. Actually,
Oh,
it was a good match. Man, the only thing I didn't like was, of course, Gunther winning, because I don't care who takes the title off of him as long as somebody does it. But I know that the Miz quit pretty quickly in that match.
No.
So
no,
I
I
didn't
don't. I
think
didn't.
so.
I didn't think so. I didn't see that.
I thought
agree with-
from what
agree
I
with
saw, I
Conan.
thought he submitted very quickly. So
You mean once he got put in the Boston crowd thing?
yeah, so I'd say
seemed
it
to be
was
fighting out
it
of
was
it.
a good match. It really was, and that's all I got. I
So-
can't believe I'm saying that.
So, Kayla says Miz put on one of the best matches in his career against Gunther. Yes.
I would
guess
agree
so.
with her on that one. That is
Absolutely.
Maybe in a
he
long
did.
time, yeah.
Yeah,
Dragon
probably,
Viper,
but I do
again,
agree with that.
And we've talked about this, Dragon Viper. We've talked about this before. Just because you don't like somebody doesn't mean that you can't admit when they put on a good match.
I don't agree that it's one of his best matches. I mean, yeah, in recent memory, but yeah, I thought this was pretty good.
All right, mess around. Your thoughts, Miz and Gunther.
First of all, I want to go back to you trying to do the entrance to Gunther. I think, if you had your son kick you in the balls, you could pull it off. Just saying.
Oh man.
Wow.
Just saying.
Damn.
Second of all, as far as it being the Miz's best match, it's up there. I don't know if it's his best because I still think his match against John Cena at WrestleMania is his best. That's just my opinion, though. But really good match. I thought they both put on a clinic. You want to watch a banger? Watch that match. It's for sure one. I did want the Miz to win, but I'm not disappointed, like Big B said, because it does set up for a potential rematch. And I kind of figured Gunther was going to win because that guy just beats everybody.
He does.
Well, Gunther is that dude. Gunther is him. That's
It's him.
That's all I can say. He
Him.
is him. All right,
Him.
Christy, your thoughts on Gunther versus Miz?
This is definitely one of the Miz's best matches in a long, long time. I agree with that. And Gunther has been, I think, he's been putting people over since his days in NXT UK. Even when he was the champion, he was putting people over. So I do think this does set up a rematch between them. Maybe first of the year, maybe Royal Rumble if possible. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But when it happens, I'll be looking
They're
forward to
teasing
it.
that.
They are. It's kind of getting me excited for that because I think Gunther should probably challenge Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight title
All
at
right.
some point down the line.
No, I do agree. Some point down the line, it's definitely going to happen.
Yeah,
All right,
I believe that.
Chris B, your thoughts?
Yeah, no, it was a good match. I thought Miz, he pushed Gunther to somewhat of his limits. I know Drew McIntyre did too, but Miz did really well. I think kind of like Damage Control, you're starting to see a little friction between him and the other members of Imperium. I think at some point they're going to break off. I don't know when, but
They will.
they're kind of teasing that.
It's gonna happen.
And it just depends on what goes down in the next few months, going towards Mania.
All right, so again, kind of going in, I think everybody knew that Gunther was not going to win. sorry, that the Miz wasn't going to win. Thought that everybody
I
figured
was like
that.
this.
Yeah, like everybody
I was
could
hoping.
look at this and be like,
Pray.
"Look,
Yeah, me
we
too.
knew that the Miz wasn't going to win. We knew that, but everybody was like, we just hope that it's a great match, and I think that's what we were all looking for, and we saw that yes, it was a good match. So, overall grades in the match. So, Crispy Bacon, we'll start with you. Your overall grades of the match.
I'll go B plus.
You'll go what?
B plus.
I can't even look at Crispy the same anymore after he.
Well,
Big
I
B.
don't know.
Yeah, I gotta go. I can't go A plus, but I don't want to go. I guess I gotta go A. I mean, it was a good match. I mean, I did, like we all agreed that didn't really like the outcome with Miz not winning, but we kind of expected it. So yeah, maybe I'll go A minus.
All right, Dragon Viper.
A solid B.
Oh my God.
What?
I said
Where'd you
it
guys
was
find this
good.
guy?
Crispy, you know
I
what's
said it
sad? Crispy, what's sad is Randy outdid your grade.
Right.
That
I
is
said B. I
sad.
said B plus.
They said B
You
plus.
said C
I-
plus.
Yeah,
No, I said
Oh,
B
you said B
plus.
plus.
I
Oh,
I
heard
said
oh,
B
he
B
did?
plus.
Yeah.
I said B.
I thought he said a C plus.
No, you said B
No.
plus.
Well,
heard it
now
too,
now
B
Dragon
plus.
Viper's back to the bottom again. Okay,
I
so
Like I said, where'd you find this guy?
don't know.
Mesro, your
You
your grade.
I'm gonna give it an A minus. I would have given it an A plus, but I agree with Dragon Viper. The mid's kind of topped a little too quickly once he got put in that submission.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
No. True.
All right, and Christy.
I'll go A minus. This was really, really good. Really good.
All right, so see,
I was hoping for the Miz, but you know what? Gunther's unstoppable right now at this point.
that's not so bad, is it?
No, I
And
liked it.
Gunther has already said in interview or in backstage news that he refuses to give up that title anyways.
Oh, he will.
Well, it's a good thing it's not up to him.
Right.
He will.
Someone out there's going to step up and then kick his butt and become Intercontinental
He's
Champion.
already said he doesn't care who it is. He's refusing to lose it. So
Oh God,
He will.
that's almost
All right.
yeah.
So
Good thing he's
Oh,
not
boy.
head creative, huh?
So
Yeah.
going into our next match, we have Dragon Lee, who is filling in for the injured Carlito
Oh jeez.
against Santos Escobar. Which, again, this is one that when I saw it on paper, I'm
Mhm.
like, this. I was like, this is going to be a really, really good match. I assumed it probably was. I was like, this could have potentially been match of the night because of how talented these two are.
Mm-hmm.
So, Big B, your thoughts on Dragon Lee versus Santos Escobar?
Yeah, I would have liked to seen this match with Carlito there and see what they could have done. But like you said, Ace, I mean, this match, it's up there for match of the night. I personally don't like the turn that they gave Escobar right away because I think they still needed to run the LWO a little bit longer before they started turning people. So,
Right.
but I'll say that, I mean, two high flyers, what can you say about these guys? I mean, do we get another match? Do we get a match between? I mean, of course, we're going to get a match between Escobar and Ray when he comes back, but
Right.
definitely a good match.
But
All right,
didn't Ray need some kind of surgery, and that's why they did all of this?
Yeah, knee surgery, I think.
yeah, knee
Yeah.
surgery.
Yeah, it was knee surgery, legitimately knee surgery, so he's
Yeah.
going to be out for a while.
Yes, that is true, and that's why people couldn't figure out why he dropped it at first. But that's why, because he's going to
Right.
be out for a while, and then they're trying to build they're hoping to build the Ray versus the Santos for Mania. That's what that's what they are hoping for.
Yeah.
All right. So, Dragon Viper, your thoughts on the match?
Oh, it was okay.
There it is. There it is.
I know this was, you have a match that you like the least, and then on PLE, but then you have a match that you like the most. This is the match that I like the least. It probably would have been a little better if Carlito was there, because I was a little disappointed that Carlito wasn't. I would have rather seen Carlito versus Escobar. So I wasn't real happy that Carlito wasn't able to do it. So I mean, it was an okay match. I do like the flying around of the luchadors and stuff, but I don't know. I wasn't really wanting to see this kind of match between these two. So
Man, I don't even know what to say. Like, if you call this a bad match, bro.
I did not say bad.
He did not say bad.
I said
No.
okay.
He did not say, yeah, exactly. If you call this an okay match.
Oh, now you change it.
It's the same thing. If you call this an okay match, man, like, you have to know technical stuff in wrestling. This was a very, very good match. It was.
Oh, yeah.
All right, mess around. Your thoughts?
Yeah. I know everybody just pointed Carlito, wasn't it? But I don't care whether he's in it or not, because I know what Carlito is. I know who he is as a wrestler. I don't know Dragon Lee, so I was kind of happy to see a new face. I don't know much about this guy, but what I see from him, this dude's a stud. Like, he's got it. And very, very good match. Probably the most underrated match on the card as far as everything that went on. And I do agree with, I think it was either Corey Graves or Michael Cole at the end that said, Escobar is the future of the WWE. He's not wrong.
No,
Escobar's got it.
It's not wrong.
He does.
He is the potential to be him, pretty much.
Him and Dominic, definitely
Yep.
future of WWE.
Callan McClark,
Yeah.
where are you?
Yep.
No.
No. You're killing me there.
Yeah. Me too.
Santos is one that I will say though he's one that you can definitely say is a future main eventer.
Yes.
All right, Christy, your thoughts?
This was not a bad match. I know what Dragon Lee can do from watching him a little bit in NXT, and he's really good. Would Carlito have been in this match? Been pretty cool? Yeah, would have been. But you know what? I'm not mad about this, and I do like the story they were telling in the match with Dragon Lee stepping in for Carlito and Ray against Santos, who seems like he's going nuts. This was a good match. This was a very good match.
All right, and then Mr. Crispy Bacon.
Yeah, it was a good match. Dragon Lee's first premium live event on the main roster.
Yep.
Filling in for Carlito. It was a good match. I've heard rumors of Santos Escobar joining up with Angel Garza and I can't remember.
Humberto Carrillo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that too. You create
And-
like Legado del Fantasma again with those three.
Right. So maybe we'll
Yeah.
get like a little feud with the revamped OWO and that going. So
Yeah.
I thought it was a good match, real quick, and I know why they had to make it quick, but would like to see another match between these two.
All right, Crispy, your overall grade?
We'll give it an A-.
That's better. Okay, Big B.
Oh no.
Yeah, I with all the action, I mean, you can't go lower than an A-. So I'm gonna go A-.
And
Unless you're Dragon Viper.
Dragon Viper doesn't count. On this one, Dragon Viper doesn't count.
Oh, I'm saying it anyways. A C+.
Oh dear God.
All right, and then of course, Mess Around Dave.
I gotta go A+ here. I liked it. Two high flyers, it's a great match for what it was. Last second put together match. stepped in for Carlito. I'll give it an A+.
All right, Christy.
I go A-. I mean, this was definitely last minute match, but I really liked it.
All right, and again, Dragon Viper, that wasn't so bad, was it?
Oh, it was very painful. I'm still hurting.
Oh, it was excruciating.
I know, it's excruciating.
Well, I don't think you'll like the next match.
Oh no.
Yes, he will like the next match. You know why? Because
Why?
he has to like the next match. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Well, he probably will a little bit, but
Yeah.
All right, so we know that the next match
Aha.
is Rhea Ripley versus Zoe Stark
Battle
for
of two
the
badass
Women's
ladies.
Championship. And we have Big B. Your thoughts on Rhea Ripley versus Zoe Stark?
Oh. You know, I was really hoping that Zoe was going to pull this victory out. I mean, the two will put up a good battle. I do think Zoe gave Ripley everything she had to win. Sooner or later, I mean, Judgment Day is overall has got to start losing some titles. I thought it was going to start with this one. So, but overall, I mean, you know, great match. Both competitors did very well. If we see another rematch with these two, I mean, go ahead, put it on Raw, put it on. I mean, this could be a main event type match. So, you know, I'm, you know, Ripley won, okay, but I was really pulling for Zoe to win.
Dragon Viper.
Yeah, the right woman won. I thought this was a great match. You know, these two, you know, did well in the ring, and you know, it's. I mean, I like Judgment Day anyways, except for Dominic. I don't know
Of
still to
course.
this day why
How do you
him.
not like Dirty Dom? What?
I don't know why him or JD are even in it, but I like the other members of Judgment Day, including Rhea. So, you know, I'm glad to see Rhea won it. They did very well. I thought it was a really put together match, and it could have gone either way. But I am glad that Rhea did win it.
All right, mess around.
Actually, I'm going to pull Dragon Viper on this one because I did not care for this match, honestly.
Oh,
God! Mess around. Oh
No,
my God.
to be honest with you, I didn't get to watch it because I was busy at work and I had to help my clients.
Oh.
But I missed the match and I had to come back. I had to make them dinner and then I had to come back and watch it. And it was over by the time I got back. So I got back right as they raised Rhea's hand. I'm like, yeah, I thought so.
Well, I think. Come on. I think we all knew Rhea was going to win, anyways.
yeah.
And like Big B said, I think some of us were maybe hoping that Zoe was going to win, but in turn, we all knew Rhea was going to.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
And so
We knew.
I don't
There
care. I
is
don't have Zoe Stark.
Dominic Mysterio.
No.
Dominic Mysterio. There it is, right
Alan?
there. He appeared. He appeared.
Did it. He's
All
here.
right, Christy, your thoughts on Rhea versus Zoe?
Not surprised Rhea won. I think Zoe definitely did very well. It was a really well put together match, and I don't think it's over between these two because Zoe Stark said it herself on Twitter, far from over. So I think a rematch is going to happen soon.
All right, Mr. Chris and P and Bacon.
No, it was a good match. I figured that Rhea was gonna retain. I'm thinking sometime starting next year or at the beginning of the year, maybe. You're gonna start seeing titles being let go by the Judgment Day. Overall, it was a good match.
I would say in terms of Judgment Day losing titles, that could start at NXT Deadline, I think.
It could.
It
But
could.
Zoe-
We'll see what happens.
Zoe put up a good fight, kind of like Miz did in his match. I think you're going to see a rematch by these two down the road.
Definitely.
Dominic Mysterio. Dominic
Oh my
Mysterio.
God! And my head gets
Dirty Dom.
Yeah.
Dirty Dom.
Dirty Dom. Dirty Dom, y'all. Dirty Dom.
Dirty
All right.
Dom.
So Crispy
No, that's a
Bacon.
Dirty Dom. He did a hard time. Don't forget that.
Oh please!
So Crispy Bacon, your overall grade of this match.
We'll go A minus.
All right. Big B.
Yeah, I got to give my low grade here. It's B plus. I just like I said, it was kind of hoping Zoe would have pulled it out, but I'll say that it was a good match. So B plus
All right. Dragon Viper.
A.
minus.
Ooh.
All right.
Okay.
And Crispy.
Me, B plus.
All right. And Mess Around.
I can't give it a grade because, like I said, I didn't get to watch it. I was busy with helping my clients, so I'm gonna give it incomplete. Not because of them, but because of me. I didn't get to see it.
Incomplete. What the heck, man?
Oh,
All right.
come on.
Well, it was a good match, though. It was another one of those good matches to where, look, I don't think if you don't watch like a lot of WWE or you didn't follow like a lot of NXT before Rhea was called up, I don't think people actually realize how talented Rhea actually is.
Oh,
I
I did.
can go.
Watched her
Rhea-
in 2 Mae Young Classics and then NXT UK. She was fantastic.
Rhea
it
is
was
very talented.
Yep.
And Zoe
She is.
Stark is talented also.
She's really good. Really,
Yeah.
really good. These
So
two
it's-
really battled
Yeah,
it
so
out.
I think you're seeing two futures of the women's division
Mhm.
at War Games. Like you got
Yeah.
to see that.
And and when Rhea first came up, she was the Barbie type, blonde and all that.
Yeah.
And got
But then
compared
you
to
go to-
Charlotte.
Mhm.
So this
Then you-
really worked out for her. I really like this look that she has.
Yeah,
Well,
me
the
Oh,
funny
yeah.
thing is, that look has been evolving since the 2018 Mae Young Classic when she
Yeah.
still had the blonde hair, but she was
Yeah.
wearing like the leather and chains, and she was being a heel, and that carried over into NXT UK,
Yep.
NXT, and then all the way up to the main roster where now her hair is black and she's wearing like dark makeup and everything. So that, hi kitty.
Yeah. So I think we all
What we're
agree
all
this,
looking forward to.
this new look for Rhea is
Yeah.
is great. Well, anyways, so transitioning on to our next one, we have the main event match, the War Games match, and we have Team Cody versus Judgment Day with a returning Viper, the returning Randy Orton. So,
At the last
Ooh.
second.
Yeah.
so Dragon Viper, just for you, because I know how much you like Randy also. Your thoughts on the War Games match?
Incredible. That was the night. That was the match of the night for me. Not only you have the greatest top stars, some of them in this match,
Some of
but at first it was difficult for me to decide. I discussed it last Tuesday
them.
until I found out that Orton was going to be part of this. So I thought I thought the entire match was amazing. I thought, JD, getting thrown off the cage so Randy Orton can do the RKO on JD
Love that.
in the air.
So cool.
I even thought that it was awesome that Randy Orton gave, I don't remember who it was, but gave Cody Rhodes someone and told Cody Rhodes to finish the match.
I think it
and
was
pin
Damian
the guy.
Priest.
So, who?
I think it was Damian Priest that Randy handed over
Yes,
to Cody, so
it
Cody
was.
could hit him with
Yeah,
the,
it was
with the
Damian Priest.
crossroads.
It
It was Damian
was,
Priest.
and I thought that was awesome of Randy Orton to do. And the entire match from the beginning to the end was amazing. So,
Yeah.
Randy Orton returning, it really upped my interest into this match, and it was amazing.
Jason Barber, yes.
Yes.
I did.
I
see
heard
that.
about that.
I'm sure a lot. I'm sure probably everybody here, I'm supposing, saw that.
Yes, I did.
I heard about it.
Yeah. So
I read about it.
I mean, she was kind of always a problem anyway. She
Yeah.
she was always in and out of trouble her whole career. So
Yeah.
we kind of figured at some point it was going to happen.
Yeah,
I'm
we
just
still
gonna catch
talk
him
about
towards-
those sunny days.
We're still talking about
Wow.
those sunny days. All right.
Yep.
So, mess around. I'm going to go to you because I know you're a huge fan of the Viper also. So I know this made you super excited to see.
Oh yeah, the pop that he got when he came out. I loved how they teased that he was gonna, will he be there, will he not? Is he gonna show, he's not? I love how they tease that until the last second, and then like it came down to the last member to come out, and they're waiting, and then Rhea comes out with the briefcase,
Yep.
tries to cash in, and then orders music hits.
You
Daddy's
see her
home, baby.
face? She's all like, "What the hell?" She was
And then like
no.
he just looks so jacked, like he got in phenomenal shape.
Yeah.
And it's always there's talked about how he might not come back. He might be done because of back surgery, and
Right.
his
I
dad
figured
came
he
out and
would
kind
come
of
back, though.
debunked that. And his dad said, you know, the doctors say he shouldn't, but Randy's going to do what Randy wants to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it was great. I was glad to see him, and I was glad to see after it went over, you know, CM Punk, my other favorite, coming back.
Oh God.
Wait, who?
Oh yeah. So
Him. Oh, boy.
So I will say there was a lot of people thought that Randy Orton was not going to come back like you were saying. A lot of people thought basically he was pretty much done. But it was actually good to see him come back, and I do also agree that the way they did it with Randy Orton was great.
Yeah.
Basically being like, is he coming? Is he not? You know, is he
Teasing
here?
so
And then,
bad.
yeah, his music hits, and you're like, okay, sweet. You know what? He actually is here. So it was great to see that. So, Big B, your thoughts on the War Games match?
Boring. No.
Wow. I can't even say it was boring.
No, it was not boring. It was far from it. I mean, the anticipation on, you know, is Orton going to be there played out really well. The little tease, which I kind of wish if they were going to do it, I wish they would have done it and then had Orton come out. For the, you know, the cash in would have been, I think, would have been cool. You know, they ended it. I think it was kind of obvious that if the faces were going to win, that Cody would have got the pinfall, being that his dad's the one that created it. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
I know there's some tempers flared. I think Drew McIntyre ran out right away after because he was upset about something.
Yeah, I think it was JD McDonough botching some spots in the
Yeah.
match.
Yeah,
That kinda got Drew very, very upset.
Yeah, that's what the
so he left.
rumor is.
That's what I heard.
And I thought it was JD. I thought Randy hit it on JD.
Yeah.
He
So
hit the RKO on JD.
He hit the arcade.
yeah,
on
which
J-
was
on
that
JD.
was sweet.
That was
That
cool.
was sweet. I'm sorry, but
so cool. I loved
yeah.
it.
It
So-
was, and I do agree. It was cool to see Orton just being like, "Yeah, I got to get ready. I'm warming
Yep.
up and
Vintage Jordan.
throw him off the cage so I can hit the RKO."
Yeah.
It's so cool.
That was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Christy, your thoughts on the War Games match?
Second match of the night for me. This was fun, and they set the whole Randy Orton thing up. I think they set it up perfectly for him to come out, and just seeing the look of shock on Rhea Ripley's face with his music hits and the crowd just goes insane. That was so cool.
All right, and then Crispy Bacon, your thoughts on the War Games match?
Yeah, this was the most anticipated match for me. I kind of had a feeling, you know, throughout the year we've talked about Orton may come back, won't come back, could, you know, something like that. You know, a few months ago, maybe it was like 5 or 6 months ago, he was at the Performance Center, you know, training and getting ready. That's kind of how I figured he was going to return. It was not a matter of if, but when they, you know, chose Survivor Series. and they kind of did it like what they did with Kevin Owens. Just waited, and he was the final member, and he got the win for him, and in Cody's father's match that he created. So that was a good moment.
So let me ask you all: was anybody surprised that Randy, or like that? In a way, one thing that I might have expected just a little bit. In a way, the one thing that I was thinking in my head was, I was like, could Randy Orton come back and turn heel during this match?
Mm-mm.
Like that was one of my thoughts. Was
Not right now.
I was like,
No.
could this happen?
Maybe later.
I don't know. It was just a thought that I had in my mind that I was like, maybe he comes back and like RKO's Jay, because he was setting up for it, and it's like,
I think they showed the beginnings of that on Raw with them shaking hands and stuff. So
yeah,
I'm thinking
but
I think that is gonna happen at some point.
yeah, I was just saying there was a lot of speculations.
No, I'm totally with you there. I thought he was going to come out, and at the end, I thought he was going to RKO Cody.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I
like
don't know.
I thought maybe after they won the match, I thought that maybe he was gonna hit the RKO on somebody.
Seth
you
or
know,
something.
I kind of thought that too, but I think now seeing Raw and supposed, I think Randy Orton knows that this is just time now, and I think he kind of cherishes that. So I have a feeling we're going to get a face Randy Orton until his career's over.
Oh, there you go.
That's okay.
Which I think is going to be fine, because Randy's one of
Yeah.
those guys that, yes, he does make a great heel, he does,
Mhm.
but he can also do a face good too.
Well,
So,
Yeah, and I just think that he knows that his time is just
Or he
limited.
can go in
and
between.
Yeah.
He could go in
I mean,
He
between
was
too.
doing this at the end of the match 10 more years. Doing that
Yeah,
10
right.
hand gesture. I don't know about that. That might be wishful thinking on his part, because
No.
we don't know
Actually,
how long
that's something.
we don't know how long his back is going to be able to hold up until
Yeah.
it gets to the point where he can't do it anymore.
I actually
honestly,
read
I
something
wouldn't be.
Rhodes, wanting to team up with Orton again and make like a Legacy 2.0,
It'd be cool.
where it's Orton, Rhodes, and then somebody else.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I wouldn't be surprised if Mania is his last one.
Probably.
Mm,
I could see Cody and Seth going, or Cody and Randy going after the tag belts.
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I can also see the other side of it too, of maybe another reason why they didn't have Randy Orton start from the very beginning of the match is because they wanted to ease him in and not
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and
Oh,
not
yeah.
not make his first match back so rough.
Yeah,
Oh,
because he didn't take a lot of bumps in that match.
No,
he didn't. I think he took almost pretty much 0 bumps throughout the whole match, because he was only in
Yeah.
it for like a few minutes or so.
Yeah,
Maybe a good
because I
5
think
minutes.
they were
I
trying
think.
to
About a
ease
good
him
5 or
back
so
in.
minutes.
Yeah,
Mm.
and so I get what they were doing. They were trying to ease him back in and everything
Yeah.
else too.
Try to
So
protect him too. You never
Yeah,
know what
and-
might happen.
yeah, and that's definitely something that I do agree with. And then of course, after that, we do have
Oh,
basically what everyone has been talking about.
Who?
No.
Sorry. No.
No, no,
Why?
no.
It
Boo.
happened. It
I know.
happened. Now,
Not
Why? Because he's
surprised.
the best in the world.
Not
Yeah,
surprised.
whatever.
I will tell you, this can go. I've always said this can actually go one of two ways. Is that when I think about it? Yes. So it's like you heard on Raw. This could be a new and approved CM Punk, to where he's come out before and said he wants to right his wrongs. He wants to show that he can be a leader and not a problem in the locker room. If, and I'm saying this, if that does happen, then this is a great signing for WWE. If he's able to come in and be that leader and not cause problems,
Mhm.
that is the way I see it. It would be a great signing if it goes that way. Because I'm looking at this saying there are some great feuds that CM Punk could have out there. And so, but I will tell you, this is something that I do believe, whether you like the guy or not, this is something that I feel WWE did well is by keeping this hidden. And so, and they kept it hidden, and they did a great
do
job.
that much.
No.
So, I know they came out and basically said that they were thinking about holding it off until the Rumble, but Triple H knew that they couldn't do it because if they held it off until the Rumble, word would leak out that he signed with WWE. So they were trying to keep it on the down low for as much as possible. And so, Big B, I kind of think you feel the same way. Maybe that for WWE, this could be a great signing if he's that leader that he wants to be.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are, of course, we're all pretty much, on the same wrestling chats and stuff like that. And, people are ripping the fans because, you didn't like when he left. Now you want him back. And, but like you said, Ace, if he comes in and he checks his ego at the door and he's that leader, I mean, great signing for them. But if he goes back to his old games, how are they going to do this? Cut ties with them again. I mean, one thing I would be kind of interested in is because since they held it off to the last possible minute and brought him out, and then you kind of saw Seth's reaction that that it's rumored to be a work, which it would be an excellent work if it was.
No.
Is possibly have kind of like an invasion angle, NWO style, with CM Punk being the head of it, kind of somehow. So we'll see where that goes. But again, I mean, it's in CM Punk's ball court. Well, how he wants to act, I think.
Yeah.
So, Big B, the one thing I will say on this, and I think I kind of mentioned this once before, that I said if CM Punk, wanted to come back to WWE and WWE agreed to it, I do feel like it was probably Triple H and Nick Khan that basically said, hey, look, you can come back, but there are guidelines that say if you cause problems, we are going to terminate you. And so I do feel like that was probably a condition that they had. So before I say, do I think this is good or bad, I'm not going to say anything until it goes on a little bit to see what happens.
And the thing is with him coming back in Chicago, of course he was going to get a big pop. I mean,
his hometown.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look what AEW did. They brought him back when he was in Chicago. Every time he was in Chicago, he showed up. So he got a big pop.
Yeah, so, I mean, when AEW did the return, they did it at the United Center in Chicago, and that place exploded the minute his music hit.
Yeah,
I remember.
And then when he came out of the tunnel, he's like, so the roof was going to blow off the place.
So I'm saying so it was great to see Jelly Roll on Raw. And she's also saying, do you think AJ Lee will come back? This is something that I've always wondered, because when he was with AEW, that was kind of one of the talks too, was will AJ Lee come back to AEW? And then you saw that no, she did not go to AEW. So now that he's back in WWE, does AJ Lee come back? And that's something that I've kind of thought about too.
I say she does, but only for WWE Hall of Fame induction. Because I've heard she has some back and spinal issues, so she cannot take another bump.
She could be there like an advisor, commentary.
She could be.
Backstage.
She could be. Yeah, anyone as long as she's not in the ring. Because she did an episode of the TV show Heels. She did not take one bump landing on her back.
Yeah. All right. So
they took good care of her, but I don't see her coming back to WWE unless it's a Hall of Fame induction.
So mess around. Your thoughts on CM Punk and Crazy Mike? Hello.
Hi.
Well, I was with everybody else. I didn't know. I still don't know how dynamic this thing's gonna work. It's all like everybody says, a Punk, but I like it because I'm a big CM Punk guy. See, I like what he did at AEW. You know, he made himself look like an ass. But I still like the guy. I like his character. As far as AJ Lee goes, I don't think she comes back. Isn't she working with WoW?
Yeah, she
No,
is.
not anymore.
her contract
Not
is
anymore.
up.
Her contract ran out, so she can, like I said, she can come back to WWE to be a part of the Hall of Fame.
Well, she's not good wrestler for sure. She's
Yeah,
past
for
that.
some reason I thought she was still there, but I
That's what I thought too.
And Crazy Mike is saying, I still can't believe CM Punk is back. It feels like I'm dreaming. Yes, exactly.
I like what he said on Raw when he was like, "A wise man once told me to get everything out of this place that you can. You have to leave and then come back."
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm just one of those people that are willing to give it a chance to see how it turns out. That is a thing, is I want to see how it's going to go.
Yeah.
So, Christy, let me ask you, were you surprised when CM Punk's music hit?
No. I was a little mad because we had this amazing War Games match, and it comes out, and it takes the attention away from that and Randy Orton's return. And and then later seeing how Seth reacted to it, I don't think that's a work. I think there is legit beef between these two. I've heard Punk has talked crap about Becky, and Seth took it personally because, like, that's his wife. You don't do that.
Look,
there's other things too.
Here's the thing: is there legitimate beef at some point? Yes.
Right.
Was that a work? I will tell you that was a work, and here's why I'm telling you it was a work. The reason why I'm telling you it was a work is simple, because Seth Rollins comes out on Monday night and simply says, I'm not going to waste my breath on this and this. If it was not a work, WWE would not allow Seth Rollins to come out and say things like that.
Right.
They would have said, no, we're going to cut you off. That, to me, shows you that all that whole thing is a work. And that's why Triple H pulled Seth Rollins aside before the match took place. Specifically him, spent longer with him and said, hey, this is how I feel about it. And I'm telling you, yes, he called out Punk, yes, but I'm telling you, this whole thing you see right here is an absolute work. In the end of it, it will be a work, and you will see Punk versus Rollins. This is just building up.
Yeah.
This is just leading up to it.
100%.
I mean, there's people out there who think that it's going to be Seth versus Punk for the World Heavyweight title at WrestleMania.
It will be. I guarantee. It will be. It'll be Rollins versus Punk at Mania for the title, and you're already starting to see it. It's already working and developing towards that way.
I mean, the thing is it could be. I mean, it's probably both. It's probably personal and it's probably a work. You know, they got great creative minds back there. You know, wrestling's turned into where, you know, a lot of personal feelings have come out in some of these storylines. So,
well, if you go back to sorry to interrupt you, Big B, but you go back to Riddle and Rollins, that was a little bull.
Yep.
It was legitimate and a work.
Yep. So I see the same thing where it's probably 100% true beef, and WWE's going to capitalize it and turn it into a storyline.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
They're going to.
Absolutely. That's why I'm saying you're already seeing it build up to a work. That's why that whole thing.
They already said that they were going to start working on a storyline between the two after the whole thing with what Seth was doing. So
that's my point. That's my point. That's why I said yes. This whole thing you're going to see is an absolute work. So right there, you're already telling me something that I said.
Right. We're paying attention, Dragon Viber.
It's called agreeing with you.
It doesn't happen very often, and you did agree. No. So there you go. All right. So we are definitely at the end of the show. It was a fun show. But before we hop off here, we got to give our overall grades, our final grade of Survivor Series in a whole. So, Crispy Bacon, your overall grade for Survivor Series?
A+.
All right. Big B.
Man. That's tough. I mean, because it's hard to give it an A+ when I got that B+ in there. So, a very, very, very strong A.
All right, Dragon Viper.
B plus.
All right, Christy.
A.
Mess around.
A minus.
All right, and Crazy Mike says A plus for me. And he also says AJ Lee is definitely gonna follow Punk wherever he goes. So
Didn't follow him to AEW. She didn't
The-
do
the
it.
thing
she,
is-
she did her
is-
own thing.
I don't know if she'll actually come back and wrestle. I do believe that if she comes back, it might be for some kind of like manager type thing, maybe.
Fame.
Yeah, if she decides to come back, or Hall of Fame. But
Yeah.
and so Micah also says A plus for him. Okay, so anyways, we definitely want to thank everybody for watching. It's been fun. Crispy, any final thoughts?
No, thanks everyone for watching, tuned in. As far as the Punk thing goes, CM Punk, all of the writing was on the wall during all of the episodes with the chants, with the references during matches. It was kind of all falling into place, and I think they didn't really keep all of that a secret. That's why I think
No.
they didn't really keep it under lock and key.
All right, and then Big B, your final thoughts.
No, it's always great to get on here to chat.
Little worm. Come here.
I just saw a commercial for Dragon Viper's next movie he's gonna go see. Shark Baby's gonna come out. He's gonna be first in line for that. Check out myself and Tim tomorrow on C2C Rankum. I've got another one of our great episodes. So that being said, see you guys all next time.
All right. And then, of course, Mr. Dragon Viper, final thoughts.
My final thoughts, I think it's ridiculous CM Punk's in WWE. That's my thought on that. I want to thank everybody for watching. I even want to thank my mom and a couple of my coworkers for watching because I know they are. And I hope everybody has a good night.
All right. And then, Christy, your final thoughts for the evening.
Well, thanks everyone for watching, and Survivor Series was a heck of a lot of fun. So can't wait for next week.
All right, and Mess Around.
I think it's ridiculous that Dragon Viper's on the show.
Oh,
Just kidding. Just kidding.
oh.
I gotta thank our
Crazy Mike.
president CEO for gifting me the Science T2C sweatshirt.
There you go.
I love it.
Wow.
It's the best cute. I
Nice.
don't know if you see that, but it's awesome. If you want to get one of these shirts, get a hold of one of us on network. We can get you one.
All right.
I can't
and
remember the price, but if you ask somebody, they'll tell you.
So Crazy Mike is saying, have a great night, guys. Yes. So Crazy Mike, have a fantastic night. And we will definitely see you around. So, yes, we want to thank everybody for watching. And we will see everybody next week for another episode of Between the Rope. Have a great night.
Good night, everybody.
Dominic Mysterio.